Okay, welcome back. My Let's Play of Wizardry 1 on the PlayStation 1. And, yeah, so I've been grinding, I've been leveling up, I've been doing some stuff. And it's been a little tricky. There's been some hiccups. I'm at a pretty good spot now. But yeah, there was a couple issues. One is occasionally while you're roaming around, you'll get into encounters, and sometimes it'll be against like a neutral party or a friendly party. Actually, yeah, a friendly party of say undead kobolds or something. That'll what pop up, and you can fight them or you can leave them. If you fight them, I guess there's a chance or something that good aligned characters will switch over to evil. I didn't know that. And so my priest ended up swapping over to evil from good because of that. And you can have a mixed party, but if you if you ever go to the training grounds, like if you click on training grounds, it will actually remove all the members from your party, and then you have to re-add them, and you can't add an evil person to a good party. You know, you can't mix that way. So there was that trick people talked about where you can leave people in the dungeon and then pick them up, and then it's fine. I could not figure out a way to do that. There doesn't seem to be a way to do that in this version. I have no idea. I mean, there was a thing, the button where you can search for other party members in your tile, but I don't know, there's no way to manually leave someone behind, as far as I saw. So that might be if you're running or something, I don't know. So I had to just remove that person and create a new priest as good, and now I know to not fight friendlies. So that was one thing. The other thing was one of my fighters, Turalon, and my thief kept dying, and the cost to revive them increased exponentially. It was like 1,500 gold to revive my thief, because my thief was constantly trying to disarm the poison traps. Poison is basically just you're dead. If you're not near the entrance, you're dead. Even sometimes I would be far away from the entrance, but I would have a lot of healing spells, but it still wouldn't be quite enough because the amount of healing you get is variable. So you might only heal like 6 points across a few spells and then still die before you get to the entrance. So eventually I was like, fuck it, I'm just going to make new characters rather than keep reviving these, which I think is kind of what you're intended to do. Because it doesn't really take... It's a lot like old school D&D. It doesn't take that long for a level 1 character to get back up to the group. So now my whole party, even with the new characters, is up to level 8. Everyone's level 8. And at this point, it takes quite a bit of XP to go to the next level. Like 20,000, 30,000, stuff like that. So there's a spot in the first floor where you fight a ghost or two called Murphy's Ghost. So it's a fight with one or two of them, and it's a repeatable fight in a static location. You can keep doing it, and each ghost gives your whole party like 750 XP. So if you get two of them, it's like 1,400, 1,500 XP for the whole group, which is pretty good. That's how we got to level 8. But at this point, it would be a lot of ghost fights in order to level up again. I figure we're in a pretty good spot to go to the second floor, so that's what we're gonna do. Equipment-wise, we are... Mangg has plate mail +1. I splurged and bought that, so that's pretty good. And a helm, so his AC is actually 0, which is pretty great. Henis, he's got plate mail. helm, so he's at 1. Ragrim is at helm, breastplate, so he's at 2. The others, you know, not really that important. For spells, we've got up to level 4 spells. It annoys me that I don't like these random like Latin kind of names or whatever jumble lettered names these things do. I don't like games that do that. I didn't like it in Dragon Quest either. I mean, some of them you just kind of know, but a lot of these you don't know. And they have descriptions here, which would be awesome, except this is like the one thing that they didn't translate, which seems wild to me. Why bother doing mostly English except for this? So I have to keep looking up the this like wiki page. So Morlus is fear. Attempt to frighten and disperse a monster group. And then Dalto is blizzard. 6d6 cold damage to a monster group. Pretty hefty stuff. So we're starting to get kind of pretty powerful with magic. And we have Mahalito, which is 4d6 fire damage to a group. And Molito is 3d6 points to half of a monster group. I'm not quite sure why you'd ever cast Molito instead of Mahalito unless they're immune to fire, I guess. Dilto increases the armor class of the monster group by 2 for the duration of combat. Again, higher number is worse, so it makes their armor class worse by 2 for the duration of combat. Sopic reduces the armor class of the caster by 4. But it's like, you know, he's in the back. I don't really care that much. I'd rather save those slots for Dilto. And then tier 1, you know, Katino is sleep. Halito is 1d8 fire damage. Mogref is same as Sopic, except it reduces his armor by 2. And Dumapic identifies the location of the party in the dungeon, which is all but entirely useless in this version because you have a built-in auto mapper. Okay, so that's the mage stuff we know. And then our cleric, Pardoon, has plenty of spells because I got a really good roll, so we got quite high piety. So Dios is Cure Light Wounds, Badios Cause Light Wounds, Kalki, reduce the armor class of all party members by 1 for the whole combat. Pretty great. For just to, you know, throw that out there during a tougher fight. Milwa is a light that increases vision and reveals secret doors. I don't know if we need that, but yeah. And then Porfic is a shield, same thing, but reduce armor class for caster by 4 for the combat. So if you're doing a more melee cleric or like a lord, it's definitely going to be good. Tier 2, you got Calfo. This allows you to determine the type of trap on a chest with 95% accuracy. Pretty nice. Manifo, attempt to paralyze a monster group. Matu, reduce the armor class of all party members by 2 for the duration of combat. Even better. I doubt those stack. I kind of doubt they stack, but I have no idea. And then Montino, silence, making them unable to cast spells, a monster group. Okay, then we have Bamatu, reduce armor class of all party members by 4 for the duration of combat. Yes, starting to get really nice there. That's a pretty big swing of AC. In dice terms, that's a 20% reduction in chance to hit for the enemies, for your whole party, for the whole combat. It's pretty nice. Dialco cures paralysis and sleep on a party member, which, you know, if you get paralyzed, it's pretty nice. Latu Mapik identifies a monster group, and Lomilwa is a better Milwa. It lasts, which is the light spell, reveals secret doors. It lasts for your entire expedition, so until you go topside again, but it is terminated in darkness areas. Okay, and then level 4, Dial is cure serious wounds. So 2d8 hit points to a party member, and Ba Deal is cause serious wounds. Latu Mofis is cure poison. It's really nice to finally have that now. And Maporfic is reduce the armor class of all party members by 2 for the entire expedition. So yes, just go down, cast Maporfic, and that lasts until you go back up. So you're probably going to want to do that every time. Okay? That's where we're at. We do have Heinous as a samurai as well. So he's got 5 level 1 slots, 2 level 2 slots. Hasn't really come up much, because most of the grinding, mostly you're just spamming fight, you know, over and over. But yes, I think we're ready to go down now. And I did find the button that just opens up the map automatically, which is nice. It's the right trigger. So here's the dungeon of floor 1. And there is an elevator you can go to that will take you down to the 4th level. But we're going to go floor by floor because that's how we like it. And I'm scared. Quite scared. Stairs down. Here we go. Okay. Right, we should cast Maporfic. Done. Look at that, -2 AC. Actually, we could also cast Lo Milwa. Look at that, nice and bright now. Okay. An encounter. Here we go. A friendly group of creeping crud. Well, we will leave them alone. Because we don't want to turn evil. This is quite the spiral we're in. And that's the stair down. Great. Thank you for wasting my time. So yeah, the game is definitely not super easy at the start. It's very easy to lose characters and kind of get into a death spiral with poison traps and blah blah blah, and the gold that it costs to revive. So yeah, I think that advice to just like level up your frontliners real quick at the start is good. And don't waste too much money reviving these little shitters. Save that for when they get much higher. I don't know if it scales based on their level or just how many times you revive them. I'm not sure. A man in robes. Well, we will fight a man in robes. 17 damage, and he died. Well, that was not very exciting. Could not disarm it. You could not disarm it. You disarmed the trap. We found a staff. Now, if you dispel, if you turn undead, you don't get XP for them. Oh, yes, our fantastic AC. So the big XP farm, on the first floor is a ghost, but you don't really want to dispel him because that defeats the purpose. Poison needle. The trap was triggered. Oops, poison needle. Great. So now he will be poisoned until you either leave the dungeon or you cast remove poison, which I have to now remember which is what. That's Latumofis. So much like D&D, it kind of gets easier as you go, as you level up stuff. You just have a lot more resources available to you, things like that. But we'll see. We're encountering a lot of friendlies. Wait, what? Wait, what? What? I got teleported? Nobody in the party can break the door down. Oh. That's weird. But yeah, I really very rarely cast anything in combat because I just let the frontliners bash it out. And our AC is just so good. So this is just how a lot of fights go. Uh-oh. Ragworm get poisoned? Fuck. Fuck. I only have so many of those, There's not really a great way to leave. Friendly group of level 1 priests. Well, we should work together then. But I do like it's basically like reaction rolls, from D&D of just like you're often gonna just encounter stuff that doesn't want to kill you. So I like that that's represented here compared to most games where it's just, yep, they're here, they're gonna kill you, you gotta kill them, that's it. Friendly gas clouds. Pretty simple. Decent money, though. What's the point of that? Six weird humanoids. I assume these are zombies. They sure look like zombies. Yep, they are. Yeah, I've definitely been using save states here and there. Especially early on where it was just like, I don't want to be poisoned. Please don't poison me. I don't want to have to deal with the whole hassle. But that's happened less and less as time has gone on. Friendly group of zombies. Okay, we want to try to access the elevator, I suppose. Can I walk through walls? What? As you enter this room, a bronze smoke fills it. You feel compelled to leave immediately. Don't say. Okay, well that's that. And then this, yeah, the map. It's like some of those gold box games where the maps don't always all connect clearly unless you're mapping it yourself. Now let's see, we don't want to go there. Okay, yeah, gets a little confusing then. Yeah, I mean, we're probably over-leveled, but I do not think that's a bad thing. I like being over-leveled in RPGs. Uh-oh, fighting the gas clouds. Turns out you can just punch the shit out of them. More gas clouds. Punch the shit out of them. No! Wait, they're zombies. I shouldn't ever turn evil from fighting zombies. That would be ridiculous, right? Found armor. And it's certainly not, a placard near the ground reads, "A dungeon's dark," when it's not lit. Watch out or you'll fall. Okay, well. Don't want to do that. Certainly not a game or probably a series for people that love narratives, characters, and dialogue and all that kind of stuff. You know, it's a dungeon crawler. It's about going through a dungeon and getting loot. All right, so what? Let me just look at the walkthrough here, see what I've missed. Ultimately, you're searching for one of two statues that can only obtain if you bring along the keys from the first floor. Okay. Wait a minute. You're telling me... Hold on. I have the key of silver. Really? No one has the key of bronze? Who the fuck had the key of... I could have sworn I got a key of bronze. So you need the key of bronze to get through that room with the bronze smoke. Shit. Okay. So then we can't really do this yet. So I guess we'll head back up. Oh, did I not? Did I never pick it up? Key of bronze from the southeast zone. E13 and okay. I guess maybe I didn't pick it up or something. We will go get it. It's cool. Teleportation effects. Not that one. This room is a statue of a monster with the body of a chicken and the head of a cat. Statue is made of bronze. Good. Now we got a key. It's not identified. I don't know if I have to, but we will. So yeah, dark zones are always going to be dark zones. There's no way around that. But thankfully we have the map, which reveals all. So I would say it's probably like, if you're not going to go for the remake, which I'd probably just recommend the remake, but otherwise, this is probably the definitive version of Wizardry 1 and 2 and 3. But I would imagine. Right, so we need to go to the trading post to identify this key, the key of bronze. Good. Then, let's see, all members stay at the stable. Get any level ups? Nope. Nothing. Okay. I feel like it's probably a lot easier just to like cast spells to heal. I guess like why? Because why wouldn't I do that? Isn't that just a lot easier? If I go down, you go here, cast these spells. These are big heals. It's a lot. I don't know what. Yeah, I mean, it's more time consuming, sure, but it's a lot of money to heal this much damage just by sleeping it off, which is bullshit. I feel like I'm being extorted by the locals. This would never fly in an actual D&D game. And then, you know, you have later games like Baldur's Gate and stuff where it's just assumed that your party is casting healing spells every day while they're resting to speed things along. Because that's kind of how it works if you're actually playing old school D&D. But now we go back to the inn. We have everyone rest at the stable. Okay, and now we go back in the maze. And there you go, you got all your shit back. So, yeah, I mean, it's a lot cheaper. I don't know why I wasn't doing that before. I probably wasted gobs and gobs of money because I didn't think about it. But, okay, so now we want to cast... Maporfic. And we want to cast Lomilwa. Good. Good, good. Because we're going back down. Alright. No. I don't remember where this room was. I think this is the door I can't break down. Okay. That's fine. Right. A level 1 mage? How are you surviving down here, dude? Jesus. He was doing fine until he walked into me. Gas bomb. It is a gas bomb. Okay. Could not disarm it. Could not disarm it. Could not disarm it. You disarmed the trap. Great. Vorpal bunny. That sounds awful. Here? No. Counter? Surprise monster. Level 1 priest and 5 scruffy men. And we can't cast any spells during a surprise round. It's very old school. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, fireball, baby. Easy. Okay, now we are able to pass through. We get into an encounter. 5 gas clouds. Poison needle. See, I just don't like it. Just don't like it. Disarm the trap. Good. Jesus. He surprised me and he ran away. It's pretty smart of him, really. Alright, awesome. Glad we could fully investigate this. Oh, putting my ass to sleep. Luckily that wears off when we wake each other up. Yeah, obviously quite over-leveled, but we're building up money after I wasted so much of it, so I'm okay with all this. Will I search? Keenest got an item. Also, Mangg, for some reason, got bumped to the back line. What did he get? A statue. Okay. No, what does it say? On a silvery disc stands a statue of a frog wearing a red and blue cape. Statue animates and shakes its legs while it yells, "Yeah, yeah." What the fuck? We find a statue of a frog with a cape and he starts twerking at us? It's odd, right? Yeah, 56 bucks for each of us from one guy? That's pretty good. Ah, Ragrim. Don't get poisoned, please. Yeah, good money. And that's it. That's the whole room. Okay. Well, that was exciting. So I think the statue is what we needed, I believe. Ultimately, you're searching for one of two statues you can only obtain if you bring along the keys from the first floor. So, statue of frogs required for passage through the section of this floor. It's marked with M6. Okay. I don't know why it says one of two. We need both statues, apparently. So, this is, okay. Yes. Yeah, yes. I know where we must go. Vaguely. Vaguely. Encounter. Friendly group of Vorpal bunnies. You see a statue of a bear on a pedestal. On the wall is a sign reading, "I've got a million of them." Okay, now we got the other statue. So now we can pass through that door that we couldn't break down. And then that will be everything we need. Boom, boom. Dark zone. Lovely. Encounter in the dark against 5 level 1 priests who mostly run away, but 2 of them are like, "We got this. We got this shit." We got this. Door. In this room is a statue of a monster with the body of a chicken and the head of a cat. Statue is made of bronze. There are unusual runes on a plaque. Got an item. I got a key. Okay. This is what? This is the key of gold. Okay. And I guess that's what we needed here? I guess that's what we needed on this floor. That's basically it. So we're good now. Fuck. All right. Well, that's it. That's floor 2. Like, done, I guess. I think we just needed the key. So, at this point, probably we just want to go back up. Heal up some more. Maybe level up. You never know. Possibly spend money to get better gear, even. I mean, we want all our frontliners to have... Hold on. We want all of them to have +1 plate mail. There doesn't really seem to be a downside to wearing plate mail. Also, yeah, for some reason, Ragrim has gotten really shafted on health rolls compared to Mangg. But, I mean, you know, Mangg is kind of the best, usually. That's how we like it. Yeah, everyone else should be pretty much maxed out or close to it. This is good. This is real good. Alright. Now we go to the inn. Everyone stay at the stables. Lost IQ, gained piety, 1 hit point. Sheesh. No one else leveled up. Alright, well, that's fine, I suppose. Statue of Bear. Key of Gold. Yeah, he's kind of full up here, man. Heinous. This is the Statue of Frog. Don't know if I can dump those just yet, so we'll hold off. Pool gold. I have 3,425. Pretty good. Let's get that plate mail plus one. Oh no, he only had 1. Fuck. Well, then I'd rather get plate mail than breastplate plus 1, because it's a lot cheaper. Also, we can save up for the Gloves of Copper eventually. There's also Potions of Latumophis, which probably not a bad idea to have on hand, since you keep getting poisoned. Staff plus 2. Well, wait a minute. Although you probably sell that for a pretty hefty amount. Well, yeah, the cost to identify it, of course. How does he? It's like he already identified it, or he identifies it and then he sees how valuable it is and like, oh well, this cost you 1,250 to identify it. Sorry. Right, but let me just see the staff plus 2. So the damage values seem to be a number, a flat number, and then it says like plus or minus a certain number. So like a longsword does 4.5 plus or minus 3.5. So it's kind of a big swing of damage. Whereas the staff plus 2 does 4.5 plus or minus 1.5. Which means, yes, it can't quite do as high of numbers as the longsword. But it's also much more consistent. And everyone could use it. So maybe I just throw that on one of our frontliners. Sure, why not? And you can use it one-handed for some reason. Okay. Good. Good, good, good. I guess I'll buy a second potion there. Alright, then we're good. Yeah, our numbers are pretty good. So we will head back down and go to the 3rd floor. We'll cast Maporfic. And we'll cast Lomilwa. And away we go. I mean, I'm pretty certain there's going to be another big grinding session, you know? Fuck. But for right now, we can kind of... We can do it, so we're going to do it. Just going to keep going. We got to go in the spiral. So yeah, there's the elevator. It goes... It's on levels 1, 2, 3, and 4, but the ones on 2 and 3, you're just, like, blocked in. You can't go anywhere. So it's really only good to go to 4. And we're not ready for that yet. Thrilling. Thrilling stuff. Alright. Floor 3. Let me check the walkthrough, because I like walkthroughs. Let's see. Most of this floor is laid out in a grid-like fashion, with interesting or dangerous features in the intersections. You may find a message, a pitfall, or a rotating floor, and there's no warning about which one you'll encounter. However, it is possible to move throughout this level without the need to visit most of the intersections at all if you take advantage of the secret doors that are found on the north and south sides of the block. Possibility of running away from an enemy, winding up falling into a pit, blah, blah, blah. There are no specific events that take place on the floor. Primary reason to visit is to level up and prepare for a major encounter on the 4th floor. I see. Yeah, there's really nothing. There's like no special loot or anything on this floor. Nothing like that. It literally is just a floor of the dungeon where you can fight stuff. The stairs down. Okay, I see the stairs down. All right. We're going to have to go through some of the intersections here, I think. All right, well, we'll just see how it goes. Turn left. Turn left. Turn right. Stairs down. Easy. Alright. Now the 4th floor, however, this contains a big encounter. Very important floor for the progress of your party. An event here will serve as the mechanism that will make the next 5 floors immediately available to you. But first you must visit the Monster Allocation Center. Oh, you have to have the Statue of Bear here to get into areas like the stairs down to floor 5. You should try to be above level 9 before you arrive here, because of the spell Makanito. Makanito, which is like Cloud Kill. Kills all monsters with 7 or fewer hit point dice. Okay. Okay. So we're going to get into a fight with 2 level 7 fighters, 2 level 7 mages, 2 high priests, and 1 high ninja. And we get a ring that we can sell for 250,000 gold. However, the owner of the ring will sustain 5 points of damage for every step he or she takes. You must try to find the shortest path back to the castle. Switch the owner around from time to time and heal the wounded. Oh, yeah. That's right. So he's going to charge 250,000 to identify it. So we have to have a bishop in our party. Might be close to the time to get a bishop then. Okay, right. And that's 12. Okay. Yes, I see where that is. All right. I mean, that's what we're here for, I suppose. So five huge spiders. Luckily, they all miss. Luckily, my AC is pretty damn good. Okay. A were-rat and 7 mangy dogs that mostly run away. Why is Ragrim parrying all the time? Do we think it's because you can't use a staff one-handed? I guess I'll try on equipping the shield. I don't like it, because that's pretty big AC swing, but 4 gas dragons. Ow, ow. Ow, 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 ow. Uh-oh. It's getting complicated. Well, not really. Ah! Holy shit, that hurts. Ah! I really should be using spells. Fuck, that hurt. I didn't care for that at all. Friendly group of rotting corpses. Friendly group of werebears. Werebears. Wait, werebears poison? Since when? Good, man. I might, yeah, I might have to go back to floor 3 and just grind up some more. Funny how quickly we went from being overpowered to underpowered. But I guess when there's only 10 floors for the whole game, Moving up a floor is kind of a big deal. Kimonoed men and 5 level 1 ninjas. Don't ever remember these spells. Dalto is big damage. Oh, Ragrim instantly died because ninja attack can just decapitate you. Fuck. I don't like that. Alright, I think I'm gonna have to retreat. It's a little too much. So we got silenced. That's great. Holy shit, man. Holy shit, man. Fuck! Gotta get out of here. No, don't go back. Gas dragons and shit. Getting nasty. Oh, great. 7 boring beetles and 7 huge spiders. Awesome. Yeah, I can definitely see why you'd want that insta-kill spell on everything, because that seems pretty damn good. Spells are powerful, man. Jeez. 2,000 XP for everybody. And a potion. I will turn left. Well, I mean, at least we can take the elevator down to floor 4 now. Since we know what it's like down there, but yeah, I'm gonna have to manually come down to floor 3, do some grinding. Yeah. All right. Well, I mean, that's pretty much going to end it for today. You can see the state of things where we're at. Not too bad. I mean, we're doing all right. We're doing okay, sort of. But yeah, the thing is, like, money doesn't really do a whole lot for you because there's not that much to buy. So I guess eventually, yeah, you probably do just rest at the inn to recover everybody to full because, well, you know, why not? I think there's something to do with aging. But my guys are all still like their starting ages. So I don't know if that's just not in this version. But I seem to recall something with the remake where you didn't want to rest at the inn because it actually aged you significantly to do so. That doesn't seem to be here because I rested quite a bit. And then like, yeah, like class changes. Mangg definitely can't be a human. Rygrim still can't even be a samurai. But our casters can both become bishops whenever we want. But obviously, I want to get the higher end spells before we do that. So that's gonna be my goal then, is to get good stuff. You know, there's 7 total levels of spells. And I think it's just kind of random when you gain stuff. But yeah, I would say Macanito seems pretty good to just kill a lot of things off. There's also Lacanito, which just can kill a whole monster group, but it may be resisted at a rate of 6% per monster hit point die. So most of the time you'd use Macanito, but then after that, I mean, I love that it says based on hit die, when the hit die values are all over the fucking place. Like, there's not a standard D8 here. There are a good number of creatures that use D8s, but yeah, I don't know. They're all like a 7D4, 7D3. Is that 7 hit die? I assume that's what we're counting it as. So, you know, anything with 7 or fewer hit point dice. All right, that covers a lot of stuff, actually. Doesn't cover... Oh, boy. Doesn't cover archmages. Level 8 ninjas. Master ninjas. Level 10 mages. Hatamotos and high ninjas. Thieves. Just thieves. Doesn't cover that, apparently. Ogre lords. Master thieves. Level 8 bishops. Fire giants. Level 8 fighters. High priests. High wizard. Gorgons. High master. Archmage, which I think I already said. Bleebs, whatever a bleeb is. High priest. Vampire. Chimera. Raver lord. Murphy's Ghost, surprisingly, has 10d10 hit points plus 10. Fire Dragon, Lesser Demon, Dragon Zombie, Vampire Lord, Malefic, Flax, Wordna, Will-O-Wisps, and Greater Demons. So yeah, there's probably a lot of stuff in the latter end of the game that it's just not going to work on. But yeah, I mean, at the point we're at, like level 3, if we get into a fight with like 10 things, just blast it. Those boring beetles we just fought, those have 5d8. So it would just instantly kill everything there. So, you know, there's stuff. There's stuff. You know, so far it's kind of, yeah, it's kind of, it's not bad. I mean, it's not a bad game. But comparing it to like the gold box games, yeah, it doesn't really compare. But to be fair, those are quite a bit apart. This came out in 81. And the first gold box came out in 88. So that's 7 years apart. Pretty big difference. It's more fair to compare it to the first Might and Magic game, which came out in 86. So, you know, 5 years there. Or the first Ultima game, really, which came out in 81 as well. But they're kind of very different games. So I don't know if it's a fair comparison. It's well, it's funny playing on the PlayStation though, because like compare this game to say Final Fantasy VII, and it's like, yeah, you know, it's just kind of worlds apart. But anyways, that's it. My name is Mangg. Game you're watching has been Wizardry 1. I'll see you fine folks in the next part.